Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Chelsey. If you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or commenting below. If you want to see more of my videos, press the subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications. If you need any Stampin' products to make this card, you can visit my online store and the link is in the description box below. When you purchase Stampin' products through me, you can earn free products. Check out my current customer appreciation products on my blog, and the link is listed below in the description. Today, I'd like to share with you my first alternative card using the July 2021 paper pumpkin kit called The Adventure Begins. The original cards that came in the kit are fun fold cards. They are trifold, so they look just like this. There are 3 cards and enough supplies to make 4 of each card. And what I like to do is create new ideas using those supplies in the kit. So today I've come up with this fun, clear card idea, and let's go ahead and get started making it. Don't miss next month's August 2021 Paper Pumpkin Kit. This kit has been designed by Stampin' Up's co-founder Shelley, and it's called the Hope Box, and it includes all the supplies you need to create 9 encouraging cards with coordinating envelopes. Make sure to subscribe by August 10th using the link below. So the supplies you're going to need from the kit include the lantern card base. You'll want one of the banner labels and the circle labels. We're also going to be using garden green ink, and I'm going to use the large ink pad as well as a different green, and that's the Granny Apple Green. And if you don't have Granny Apple Green, then just choose a different color green that looks good with the card base. Now you'll just need a couple other supplies, and that is just some scratch white cardstock for some stamping, and then a window sheet or clear acetate. And this has been cut to a standard card base size, which is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and we're going to score it in the middle at 4.25. Now I've noticed that when I score acetate, it doesn't do a great job of folding, so you're going to need to have a bone folder to make a nice crease. So I'm pressing kind of hard here, and I've scored it at 4.25. And then you just take that and fold right against that score line. Make sure the ends of your card will line up. And you're going to give it a nice crease all the way down. Now this clear card idea I have actually seen on another YouTube channel. My friend, Call Me Crafty Owl, she makes a lot of clear cards. And so if you're interested in seeing more of her ideas, you can check out her channel, and I'll include it in the description box below. So you're going to want to have a bone folder or something to get a nice crease there so that your card stays closed. Once we add those other elements, it still has a hard time closing sometimes. So you may just need to come back and redefine that score line. Okay? So that's how you create a clear card. So next, let's work on the lantern card base. So we're going to be removing this front panel. So you can just do that right along that score line there, which makes it sit at about 4.25 inches on the left. And then we're going to trim this down. So you'll see originally this is the direction of the card because you have that front flap. Let me show you. So here's that front flap, and then it opens again from the left side. But because we want this to open like a normal card, we're going to rotate it, and this is now going to be our bottom. We have a little border of clear card all the way around the inside card. You can see a clear border there. And so we're going to trim this to 4 inches. So the score line, the fold line here is on 4 inches. And I'm going to trim both pieces of cardstock so it's nice and even. And then from the top and bottom, I'm going to remove 1/8 of an inch. So my final size is going to be 4 1/4, but I'm going to start at, or that's 5, excuse me. Final size is 5 1/4, but I'm going to start at 5 3/8 and remove 1/8 from the top, and then flip it, and now I can go to 5 1/4. Just like that. And that's going to give us a nice clean card that can go on the inside of our clear card. This 3/4 inch strip comes from the bottom here of our lantern piece. So let's go ahead and cut that. First, I'm going to remove the white strip here, and I'm just lining up that edge with the center of my guide. And then I'm going to bring that down to 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to trim so that it's about the same width as my inside card. So that would be 4 inches. Okay. The next thing we're going to cut down is the banner fishtail label, and we're going to cut right down in the middle. So this banner is just under 1 inch. And so we're going to create 2 pieces that are just slightly smaller than 1/2 inch. And I'm lining up the center of that fishtail with my guide and cutting it straight down. So then I have 2 pieces with a nice angle on those sides. And I'm going to be using both of these. Today we're using just one on the inside of our card, and then the other one we'll use on another alternative card later in the week. And then the very last thing I need to do is remove the lantern from the inside here. So we'll take off all the extra cardstock around it. I'm going to take a pair of paper snips and just trim right at the bottom. And then if you want to keep this circle at the top, you can. I chose to remove it. So I'm just going to create a little angled piece here at the top and remove this circle like that. And then of course, punch out these inside pieces here. Okay, so now we are ready to start putting our card together. So we're going to begin by adding our inside card to our clear card. And I want to do that with some tear and tape, just to make sure that I have a nice, strong bond between the 2 different materials. I'm going to go all the way around the outside edge of my card. So then you're just going to open up your clear card. This can be just a little tricky since the edge is clear, but you do want a little border. So make sure you leave about 1/8 of an inch on the right side and on the top and bottom. Okay, and then just press that right in there. And so now you've got your clear card on the outside of your regular cardstock card. And then again, if you want to create a little better crease here, go ahead and just use your bone folder to make that kind of stick down a little bit better. Next, let's do the decoration for the front of our card. We're going to start with that strip, and I'm going to add again some tear and tape. It's just a really great, strong adhesive that's going to help make sure that everything sticks to that window sheet. And then this just gets added maybe about 1 inch to 1.5 inches above our card base. And you can use grid paper if you have it to make sure everything is nice and level. And it just should line up with that inside card. So you see here how the edges there meet on both sides. Then we're going to add the lantern with dimensionals. Now I do want to point out that you can see the adhesive when you do open the card here, but I don't think anyone's really going to notice because this is such a beautiful inside piece, and it's just got a really cool effect to have it be a clear card as well. So we're going to take some of the dimensionals that came in the kit and just add those to the back of the lantern. And this just gets placed right in the center and should touch that strip here at the bottom. So next, let's do our stamping. You're going to need your 2 green ink colors. You're going to need your labels and then your scratch paper. And we're going to begin with the trees. We have 2 trees on the inside flap. I've done one in the lighter and one in the garden green. So this one is Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to stamp it with the full color and then do that fun detail image in full ink as well, right in the center. Then I've got the garden green, and I'm just going to repeat that exact same thing with the garden green. So a full tree in garden green, and then the details. I then am going to fussy cut these out so that they're ready to put in my card. Let's stamp our greetings. So we are using 2 greetings. On the front, we're going to do "Let Your Light Shine" in the circle. And then on the inside, we're going to do "The World Awaits You." And I thought those 2 greetings go really well together. And this goes on that strip. And it's a tight fit, so just make sure that all the words are evenly spaced on that strip there. Okay, so I have fussy cut out those trees, and we're ready to add these stamped images to our card. So let's do the inside. Before we add the greeting, we do need to angle the left edge. So the right edge goes up towards the top right corner, and so we're going to kind of match that here on the left so that it's the same angle on both sides. Here for the inside card, we're going to place the lighter of the 2 greens. So if you've done a darker green than this, then place your lighter green up here at the top. And we do have we do need to trim here. And so I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and I'm just going to cut off a little bit of the tree. So I've just got it, I think I've got the wrong side. I need to do this side here. So make sure you do the left side, and I want so you see how we have the top, then we have a little nub, and then the next level. I don't want to cut that level. So that level is sitting right up against my edge, and I'm going to cut the rest all the way down. And that's going to give me a nice clean edge on the left side. And I'm just going to add this with some adhesive. And that goes, like I said, up in the top left corner area. Then I'm going to add my green, and this gets added with a dimensional or 2 on the back. And that goes a little lower. What I'm looking for is this second from the bottom level is going to kind of cover this area here. So that's kind of how those 2 come together. And then my greeting here at the bottom is going to go right below my pine tree, and it's going to get covered by the front strip here. And we do add this with dimensionals as well. So I'm going to actually trim the sides so I can get a smaller size dimensional so that it fits a little bit better on my 1/2 inch strip. And actually this one here on the left, I'm going to put in the middle and then just add a little adhesive here because this is going to go over my tree. Okay, so just nice and horizontal, and you can see where the strip is so that you make sure everything is covered, so it's a nice little fun greeting that pops up when they open that part of the card. I think that is just super cute. Okay, and then down here is where we're going to add Let Your Light Shine. On the back of this, I wanted to place some twine. So I'm going to add some adhesive. Then I'm going to take two 10-inch pieces. You could go a little bigger here if you wanted to have a bigger bow. So I'm just using my grid paper, and I'm going to do two 10-inch pieces and then create some faux bows on the back. So one thing I noticed is that the twine will be a little bit rolled up from coming off the roll, and I like to pull it through my fingers to kind of loosen it up a little bit. So I'm going to take those two together, place the ends together and find the center. And then here I've got my adhesive. And then I'm going to flip it around, whoops, because I want it to kind of be along the text. So I want to make sure that the loops are in line with the greeting. So I'm just going to go ahead and add these loops back and forth to create that bow. And I want those ends, let's see, I think I want them to kind of go opposite of each other. So I'm just going to bring that other one down a little bit. There we go, something like that works. And then this is added with dimensionals. And then you can take another one and place it right in the center to hold down that twine so it doesn't move. And then that gets added at an angle. So it's just kind of a fun little thing to place down here at the bottom. So just like that. So the last thing we're going to add are some of the sequins that came in the kit and a little bit of crystal effects to our lantern. So let's do the sequins first. You can use as many as you want. They give you plenty. I'm going to place 3 of the yellow ones kind of around the lantern. And then I'll just do 2 of the blue ones to kind of add a little more interest to the card. So just a couple sequins. And then right here on the flame of the lantern, I'm going to add some shimmery crystal effects. Now, if you don't have this, you could also use the Wink of Stella to add just a little bit of shine to this flame or lantern. I just thought this was a fun little touch to add. So you just kind of add a lot and then kind of spread it around into that shape. And then it's really important that you let that dry before placing anything on top or placing it inside an envelope. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this fun, clear card today. If you're interested in getting written instructions or seeing close-up images of this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. If you'd like to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin so that you can get your own kit, please use the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.